I'm adding that to the list as we speak. And your first step of the 7. Well, you mentioned there the NIF number, the tax number was ready. That's Carl's step number 2. First one, of course, is defining your goals and budget. What do you want to add to that, Carl?
Well, it's just such an important part of it. I mean, just sort of rocking up and thinking you're going to find what you want when you've never been to the country before. Maybe you have no idea about the country. There are different places that are going to suit different lifestyles, a slower pace of life, maybe in central Portugal. And then you've got, the big cities like Porto and Lisbon. So you've got to think all that kind of stuff through. And then, I do say in the same point, I did say to you, this could be very, very granular. I could put 50 points in,
Yeah.
Maybe we will. It's a very good service to people. Yeah. But this is a great starting point for sure. So define your goals and budget.
Your goals, Carl, we talked about this before. That's your why. You have to know your why, and you can do this 10 years in advance. Yeah. And I even have a little planner free online that's like, close your eyes. Do you have dogs? Do you have pets? Do you picture yourself in the country or the city? All of this, you need to know way in advance. So get that done first.
Very good. That's good life advice, isn't it? Knowing your why.
Yeah.
It's very good to come back to that. So define your goals and budget. And yes, we'll seek that out, Veronica. That's very helpful. And that sort of visualization, your subconscious mind can throw up things that your conscious mind is not aware of, can't it? It's like, hold on a minute, who am I sat there with? Where's this? What's that view out the window? Those sorts of exercises are very interesting. Okay, you mentioned before, get a Portuguese tax number. And if you're going to need that, you can't buy anything significant, right, in Portugal without one of those.
No, you can't even buy a car without one. So, you really need one. And it's very easy to do. You possibly could do it yourself, but if you want to take all the hassle out of it, you've got people like Heather Binder, boots on the ground. She can help with all that kind of stuff. So not difficult to do. It's just one of those little steps where, people see a place, they go, oh, I want it. And then I need to go to the listing agent and say a client wants it. And they're going to want details very quickly. And if I'm like, well, we've not even got a NIF yet, then I don't look prepared. You're definitely not prepared. It looks bad, So just to go back up one there as well, point, I sent these like 7 points. That also goes for the mortgage and financing. That's another big one because, this is just classic buyer behavior where they just think it'll all be straightforward and, they've maybe done an online check at a bank or an agent told them it won't be a problem. But especially if you're coming from, say, I don't know, the US, UK, any other country, it's never going to be as straightforward as if you're a Portuguese citizen, proving your income. Just having savings in the bank's never going to be enough to get a mortgage. They want proof of income and sustainability. So those are like the NIF's the easy part. The other one is the finance. Get it done. Be ready so that when you go out on that first day looking at houses, if you do see your dream property on day one, you can just go bing.
As you said, Veronica. Yeah, be really perfect. Okay, so choose the right location. We're looking at the top 7 places tonight, actually, on the Expats Portugal webinar. Choosing the right location. It is an interesting question. Always will be, won't it? It's a lot to do with personal taste and it's very subjective, but it's quite good. You've got to narrow your focus down at some point. What's your advice on this matter of choosing the right location? Well, I'll ask you both, but starting with you, Carl.
Well, I guess you've certainly got to visit the country. You can get a good idea going online and looking at videos and reading about different places, but it's nothing like getting there, getting your boots on the ground kind of thing and having a look yourself. You know, I was lucky when I came here. We've got family who kind of live in the Greater Lisbon area and in the Margem Sul where I live. So we already knew where roughly we wanted to be. So that was a big advantage. But if you don't know it, I was with a Canadian couple last week. They'd come across, taking a look around Cascais, decided that they really weren't going to get what they wanted for their budget. It was just, no chance basically. So a colleague passed them to me to, show them around Margem Sul. So there's nothing like getting into the country and actually exploring it a little bit. I do put on one of my notes there, if you want to be in Lisbon, and Lisbon can be pricey, so maybe just look at the cities and towns and places around it. You can be within a 20, 30-minute drive and be getting something that's got twice as much floor space for maybe as much as half the price. so it's well worth considering. That's the kind of area where I live. Maybe not half the price, but because it's becoming more and more popular where I live. But when you compare it with something like Cascais, probably is about half the price, really. Because Cascais is crazy. That's the place everybody knows, and that's just where I live. Then you've got the Algarve with.
Well, how did you choose the Algarve, Veronica? How did you get to choose where you are?
Well, I think it comes down to one, knowing your why, right? So like we said before, do you picture yourself in the country? Like close your eyes. Do you picture yourself taking walks in the country, in the city, going down to a vibrant Lisbon town, meeting up with friends, partying all the time? Do you picture long walks on the beach? Do you picture walking, having a vineyard? Like I always say that Portugal is like California. You've got San Francisco, which is very similar to Lisbon, and then you've got Southern California. So for me personally, we flew in and we went to all these different places, and I loved Porto, but it was cold. We went around in February, which I think is a good time to check out what things are really like when it's not full of tourists. Like this would be your life. So come in February, and it was just too cold. And then we went to Cascais, and it was too windy in the afternoon. And I saw that there was not a lot of Portuguese at the restaurants and stuff. There's only one or two, like the chicken place and stuff, that are still Portuguese. There's a lot of other cultures that have come in to run, Indian restaurants and whatnot. So, and that's okay. There's a lot of great food if you want that. And then we went to, we just toured all over. We went for a few weeks.
You did a Goldilocks process. Too windy.
Yeah. And then we went to, but Cascais does have the afternoon wind. So if you can go like where Carl is, it's actually not only a better value, but climate wise, it's better, and it's going to have less traffic, and you can take the train. I come by train all the time, and I watch people in traffic, and I'm flying by in the Alpha Pendular from the Algarve.
I was sat in that traffic yesterday, as you know.
Sorry,
It was usually not that bad, I'll set up for an appointment, usually plenty of time, but I don't know what happened yesterday. Somewhere on the other side of the bridge, 2 lanes had been closed. My wife told me, because she was heading back home from Carcavelos, where she works.
But you could take the train, and had we planned that, we could have picked you up. But they turned out better, because today we've got way more time, and he's going to see a lot of things. So he'll see what we just videoed and other properties. So it's good. And neat philo.
I have heard that Carl has afternoon wind, but that's but
anyway, long story short, when we went to the Algarve, it felt the closest to California, with all the big beaches and lots of open stretches, kind of like the West Coast. So, we chose that for us. Then it's still months of looking. It still took me months and months.
Can I just add something there? Sorry, I know Veronica said something important, like she went to Porto in February, kind of out of season, which is important. It's equally important to go in the holiday season.
Yep.
If you're in a place, because you may not like it. If you go somewhere and you think, wow, this is fantastic. It's September the 20th and the beaches are empty. This is perfect for me. Well, it's not going to be like that in July and August. There's a good chance. So also check that side of it too.
Right.
Really great point.
Excellent.
Really
Thank you very much. Yeah, know your why is a recurring theme here. I think it's something that people forget. Carl very kindly has done us kind of the nuts and bolts here, and we're on to make an offer and sign the promissory contract, the CPCV. These are abbreviations, an acronym that you will learn about buying a home here. How easy or difficult is this part of it? I think we missed hiring a buyer's agent. These two come together, don't they? This is going to help. The buyer's agent is going to help you with the previous point, if you hire them early enough, finding the right location, and then moving on to making your offer and the promissory contract. It's a good idea to have a buyer's agent if you've not done this before, right? Or
You have to. They have to have the guy from the one that just sold not had like a Carl on the ready to jump, and he's like, hey, I want this one. And, say it was one of Carl's clients. Carl goes and drives, does a video call, and you make the offer remote.
Mm-hmm.
I think really the point 4, which I've put, is hire a buyer's agent. It could have been point 1. It could definitely have been point 2, because a buyer's agent can help you with all of that stuff, even when it comes down to defining your goals and budgets, because they can add maybe a dose of realism. If somebody says, hey, I want a 4-bed villa in Cascais right near the centre, and I've got €1 million to spend, or I can just say, well, realign your expectations, because that's not going to happen. So I could have put it as point number one, but it is important, I think, to put it in there at whatever point, and just say, before you start picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'd like to come and see this place, get yourself a good buyer's agent, someone that's been recommended to you by a friend or something like that. Or, if you watch this show, maybe you can talk to me.
Oh, come on. Use one of the Carls. They're great. We've been doing this for 3 years now. Hire one of the Carls.
Well, I think we can return to these at another time, but these are things that people should definitely make a mental note of. We're running out of time now, and I know you guys need to meet up, but yes, make an offer and sign the promissory contract. Thereafter, sign the final deed, the escritura, which is a word that will come up. It will help you with your learning of Portuguese, and then the registering as well. Point 7. Thank you for doing this for us, Carl. And as you say, we will expand on this. We probably make it a resource at the Portugal Club to help people in this process.
You could probably do a show on every single one of the points and go
as
absolutely you wanted. Very quick overview.
I think we should actually, from Monday, we will be doing the new it is this coming Monday, Your Home in Portugal show with Ben Austin, who's also a secret weapon for us, right? So you can you'll be able to talk with Ben soon. He'll be co-hosting that show with me on a Monday evening, and we can dive deeper into some of these points, and maybe you'll join us, Carl, for that. Socrates said, know thyself, best advice for home buying. We did a 4-week scouting trip, spent a week in each of the main areas of Portugal. I remember this well, John. South, Central, Silver Coast, and North. And yes. I think you are analytically minded, John. John just instinctively, naturally knew what to do and chose very well indeed. A little bit of a wild card, as it turned out at the time, in Ponte Lima. Not many people knew about that. Perfect for John and Pam, and that due diligence. His way he did it was exemplary. Very good. 7 minutes past 9. You guys got to meet up. You've got a fantastic day ahead of you. Bless you. So.
Sorry.
To you there, Veronica. Final words then from both of you. Let's start ladies first. Normally in the Algarve, Veronica, what have you got for us today as a final comment, Veronica?
I think well done, Carl. It's well said. You need your agents early on. You need to know where you want to be. And that agent will also get you things that are called pocket listings. So what he's going to go see today may not even hit the open market, because he may just have a client for him, and you lose out if you don't have somebody who's really networked in. And you think, again, look at this network here of the three of us. I've been doing shows for 8 years, on your show for 3. When I throw it out there and it just goes without hitting the mass market, you need people like him. So you need a Carl, or call to Carl. If someone says, I want a palace, house, he can be like, oh, I've got one, hasn't even hit the market yet. And you're in before anyone else is. So
yeah. And then people start to approach you as well in that same way. In fact, I've got a meeting after the show myself with Damp Guard, UK's #1 ventilation solution, now available in Portugal. 2 guys behind that company are coming to meet me. They want to be on the show. They want to get this networked, and people find us, don't they, with these listings? Is that a listing in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? That sort of thing. And these ancillary services as well that we get to know about that you might not discover for yourself as well. Carl, over to you. Thank you for that, Veronica. Somebody get that lady a glass of water. Over to you, Carl, for a final word.
Well, first of all, I'm looking forward to meeting up with Veronica today, finally, after 3 years. And
just time in person.
We haven't.
Oh my God! Right, okay, well done, you two.
He didn't come to Tomar.
Right.
If you're just going back to like the buyer's steps and all that kind of thing, I repeat this quite a lot, but don't let people rush you. Take your time. Do it at your pace. And the minute somebody says to you, "Don't worry, that's just how we do it here in Portugal," I repeat that so much because I hear it so often. It's a warning sign, so yes. Be careful.
Very good. You need a Carl. That's our new merchandise line, as suggested by maybe it could go on the
camera's flipped as well, so I don't know.
No, it's backwards. There we go, that way.
Talking of merchandise, I was hoping to share this with you, the fanny pack. Maybe we can get a branded unique Carl. I thought you might like
Oh,
this.
it's awful.
Every house should have one. Thank you, you two. A nice big round of applause. Have a wonderful day. Take care. And bye for now, everybody.
Cheers.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show.